You join me for another Grenadier video, but this is a Christmas Eve video, and it's answering all of your questions. I'm Dan, and if you don't know, I have a Grenadier, and I started to do videos about different parts. So this is my Grenadier. It has the steel wheels, and it's relatively basic, but it's 3 years old with 28,000 miles, and I love it, and I enjoy driving it. And we've done lots of different reviews and different types of things, and we're building a bit of a community in the channel, which is great. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos, please check them out. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to answer your questions, and we're going to go in that car, because if anyone else is in England at the moment, it is freezing. Let's go. All right, so now we're in the warm. It is so cold and windy. It's a bit of a shock to the system at the moment. So these are comments that have been put in the chat, and I want to respond to these different comments. And please, by all means, if you comment, I will do these videos every so often to chat about what people have said. Some of it is criticising, but others is very, very good. So let's go. We're going to start off with Nigel. Thinking of changing from a Toyota Hilux to the petrol Grenadier. What is your thoughts? Okay, I have driven the petrol Grenadier. I can't off the top of my head say the fuel economy, but what I can say is it's a very, very good engine, and it is nippy, okay? It sounds good. When you put your foot hard down, it does fly. Other than that, it's exactly the same. But the engine itself, I believe, was used in either a BMW M3 or a BMW 330. But in the day, it was a very, very good engine. So that's my opinion, Nigel. If you do see me looking, it's just because I'm just checking my notes. Okay, so on the last video, we did the price comparison of a brand new one compared to when we paid for this. And someone has asked, is the prices before discount? So there's two parts to this question. So the price of the original car, the one I'm in, was with discounts. That is what we paid. But the new quote, which I said, was not with any discount, okay? So that may change, and I will update you all on the final price, okay, of that vehicle. But that is as it was on the configurator, and it did, I don't know if that has added a discount. I don't know what they can do. So we will find out, okay? So the next question is Graham. Should have brought a Toyota. Now this is a mixed question from a lot of people about Toyota. Now, I'm guessing they're referring to the Land Cruiser. I'm not big into my Toyotas. Now, the reason I wouldn't personally go for a Toyota is because of how a vehicle makes you feel. So a Toyota, yes, it might very well be better at this or better. I can't comment. But I have to like the look and the drive and what it does for me. So personally, and I'm not knocking Toyotas, they're absolutely bulletproof from what I've heard. But for me, I would have this over a Toyota. But that is a personal thing. So I just wanted to touch on it. Someone asked, how much is the old one, so the one I'm in now, currently worth if I was to trade that in for the new one, okay? So basically, how much money has it dropped? It's roughly worth £42,000. 3 years old, 27,000 miles. So, without doing the sums, but that's what it's lost. So, it's roughly worth £42,000. Now, this question came up a lot from the service video. So if you haven't watched that video, the service video. And I agree with it. But main dealer mechanics are not always the best. I agree. I 100% agree. Because I've been to main dealers with different cars, Land Rovers as well, and bits and pieces. And I never forget, I took the Land Rover 90 in for a corrosion issue under warranty, and I got the vehicle back, and I'm not going to shame any dealers. I got the vehicle back, and they had to take the headlight surrounds off, and bits and pieces. The bolts weren't put in properly. It was wobbly. It was loads and loads of loose bolts, missing bolts. So I do understand that to some mechanics at main dealers aren't as good as mechanics elsewhere. So I do 100% agree with that. Now, another question that's come up a few times, and I haven't addressed it in my videos, is where the brake pedal is, there's quite a big hump. Now, people have said, does that annoy me? Do you mind? The answer is, when you get used to it, initially, when you get in it, it does feel a touch intrusive to where your pedals are. But after time, to be honest with you, it's not something I even think about. So the answer to that, the big, I don't know if the transmission goes down or what, but it doesn't bother me, no. Now, this is back to the servicing video again, and people are basically saying that it was a rip-off, the service for the oil. And then Mike has explained that his Land Rover Discovery 110, similar type of, cost £940. So that makes the INEOS servicing quite reasonable, in my opinion. Now, yes, oil and bits and pieces you could do yourself and warranties, and there's always been this up in the air. My experience, the time you buy the proper parts and genuine parts, all the bits, yes, you're saving the labour. Okay, I agree, you are saving labour. But I'm not the best mechanic in the world. So from my point of view, yes, I could do it. 100% I could do it. But I think it's better left to the experts, myself, okay? Interesting for anyone who's unsure about the tyres. Now, Simon, when the service video, they said there was 50% left. We've done 27,000 miles. Simon says that he got out of his last set of BF Goodrich 125,000 kilometres. So I don't know what that is in miles, but it shows you that these tyres are tough old tyres and they last a long time. So it's nice to see other people, how theirs have lasted. Okay. Dave's INEOS. This is going back to the towing vehicle now. Towing video, sorry. When I attempted to drive up the hill with a trailer and the vehicle didn't make it. He's basically saying that it's my fault. And I agree, because it very well could be my fault. You know, I'm a farmer and I drive a lot off-road. Now, yes, there was a situation with the diff lock, but I haven't actually used it at that moment. So if you check out the video, you'll see. But to be honest, the weight of the trailer was such a long trailer at 6 meters long, that as I went up, where I was dragging it up, the car really didn't want to tow it up there. Now, it's not just this vehicle, like I said, I believe most vehicles. But if you strongly believe that you could have got that straight up there, then that is my mistake, okay? So I don't want people to think that it can't do it, because there may be people out there that can do that easily. But me, personally, that was what happened to me. And the final question, and this has come up a lot. I feel that people don't class this as a British vehicle because it's made in France. So, what do I think of that? I buy a vehicle. I buy a vehicle because I like it, and what it does. I think that most vehicles now, the bits and pieces are from all over the world. So ultimately, can you get anything truly British now? You know? So I think this is a good car, and I think the morals, I think the intention is to be as British as possible. So from that point of view, no, it doesn't, but I do get a lot of comments from that. Anyway, should we go for a little drive? I think we should. I think we'll go for a drive. Let's go. All right, let's go for a drive, as we haven't been. So there is for everyone who is still thinking about buying one of these cars, they do, the steering is something that I haven't really talked that much about, and I know it's a lot of people have mentioned this in the past. So when we get out onto here, I will talk about it. Let's just get out onto the road first. Alright, so it's, people say about the steering, when you drive the vehicle for a period of time, it mainly feels to me like it doesn't feel bad. You do have to correct it. Now that is a difference if you're not used to correcting things. I mean, I'm in tractors, I'm in things all the time, but it almost feels like when you turn, the way to describe it is when you turn, when you turn the wheel, look, you see, I had to pull it back, so that was a bit dramatic, but it wants to carry on the lock that you give it, okay? So it is a bit strange, but to be honest with you, when you drive a car properly, you should always be holding the wheel anyway, shouldn't you? So, you just know that you've got to do it. So, but yeah, going back to this petrol versus diesel, I feel that this diesel variant of this car has, absolutely tons of power. To be honest, it's a very, very impressive engine, and these BMW 3-litre engines have always been good. Even in the 3 Series, BMW's 5 Series, they've always been absolutely brilliant. What we're going to do now is we're going to go up some narrow, very, very dirty country roads, and even though it's a big vehicle, it doesn't feel that big, if you know what I mean. So let's go, and we'll go down a very, very narrow lane, and we'll go for a nice drive. Okay, so one of the things I do like is the height of this vehicle. You do sit very, very high. Now, these lanes are quite typical from where I live, and most of the driving I do is cutting along lanes like this, which are quite skinny, but it doesn't feel like a big vehicle at all. Okay, so if it is something that you're worried about, it doesn't feel that big at all. I actually find, and as this road goes down, it does get quite bumpy and muddy, but this car handles and drives so well on road as well as off road. You know, it eats up the bumps, and actually normal driving like this, for me, this is normal. You know, you got plenty of power, and I really actually enjoy the driving experience of this car. So don't be put off if you have heard reviews or read articles on things, because it really isn't. I mean, you know, this is a national speed limit and we're just polluting along, and she will eat the miles up as well. So, you know, on a long journey, the furthest I've been is France, and she absolutely ate the miles up, you know, no problem at all. So please comment what you would like to see next, the different videos you would like to see more of. I am planning to do a off-roading like special, so actually taking it somewhere which is large amounts of trails and tracks, so that'll be a good video. There may be some long distance, i.e. driving to skiing or something like that, driving to the Alps. So just let me know in the comments, and I always try to respond to the comments, even if they are sometimes not always of the nicest comment. All right, thank you everyone so much. If you are still watching now, please like, subscribe, it means a lot. And I think next year we're going to do some good videos. We're going to do lots of different Grenadier videos. As things change, we keep going. We'll get a new one to play with. I do want to get the is it the quartermaster, the pickup? I am interested in that. So, but we're getting a new one, and we're going to do a lot of, might even go camping, long driving, off-roading properly. So everyone have such an amazing Christmas, and I'll catch you all in the new year. Thank you.